Steve Smith Sr. Have you been following what's going on with Steve Smith Sr.?
Nah.
I
Enlighten me.
did.
So this dude posted on Twitter, tagging AB and others, screen grabs from his
Yeti
wife's
coolers.
text thread. What?
Yeti coolers for some unknown reason.
I don't even know who. Oh, Yeti Cool, the company.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
what's
fuck.
their handle? He couldn't have really thought
I
that he was.
yeah. It's like Yeti coolers.
Oh, this nigga's wilding. So he posts these screenshots of his wife, of his alleged wife's text conversations with Steve Smith, and talking about all kinds of sexually explicit things that they did or gonna do or doing whatever.
Wow.
And he tweets that out along with a video of him presumably using his wife's phone or he's using his phone, but calling Steve Smith on the phone.
Jeez.
He's talking shit to Steve Smith. Steve Smith says two words to him. And I'll let you watch the video and you'll see what he says to him.
Hey, yo, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've been fucking my wife, bro. What you gotta say for yourself?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? You fucking knew she was married. You're not a fucking idiot, man. You're fucking Steve Smith Sr. What kind of dumb shit was that? Why are you quiet, man? Be a fucking man. Steve. You ain't a fucking man, bro. All that shit you do on fucking TV, all that shit talking you do to other people. Now someone's got you on the fucking phone, you can't even fucking man up.
Okay, so he calls Steve Smith up. He's like, "Hey, you're fucking my wife. How do you do this? You talk, I see you on TV. You're a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. What do you have to say for yourself?" I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you're sorry. You're a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. Say something. And then he hangs
You
up.
knew she was married.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now, with all that being said, all the context being laid out, I don't know what to even do with this because, again, when I first saw this, I thought this can't be real. What's this guy doing? Like, nothing. There's so much of what this guy did that I don't understand. That I want to get him on the pod. I want to talk to this guy. I want to interview him. I want to know how did this come about? What are you looking to get? Were you looking to
Right.
get paid? Were you looking to, like, the only person that looks bad here is you, my nigga. Does he
Right.
not? Am I wrong? Or maybe I'm wilding.
Nah.
To me, I look at that whole story. Yeah, okay. Like, listen, marriage, sanctity, all of that. Steve Smith should not be fucking broads. That's not his wife if he's
Right.
married. I don't even know what his deal is. I don't know if he's married. I don't know if he lives with his wife. He's divorced. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Steve Smith, and I don't care.
Right.
This guy exposing that Steve Smith was fucking a woman. Is he trying to expose Steve Smith for cheating on Steve Smith's wife, or is he trying to expose Steve Smith for fucking somebody else's wife? Because my nigga, nobody cares about him fucking somebody else's wife. Maybe you might get some dirt on his name if you fuck up his marriage,
Right.
but I don't think you put a dent in a nigga because he's fucking your wife. Nigga, you
Nah,
just played yourself.
you're right, but it is an ugly thing to like to be doing. Like as a man, like you're fucking another man's wife. That's ugly, in my
Go on.
opinion. That's ugly. That's just it's a lack of character, I think. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you're Steve Smith, where you could bag pretty much any bitch in the world. But you're right, though. At the end of the day, to try and make it seem like you're just like that's gonna be enough to make what Steve Smith canceled or some shit. It's gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? Unless,
Yeah,
like you said, he's married and then now he's looking like, you know what I'm saying? He's looking bad. But I mean, that's something that you should, as a man, if you have kids and all, you got to explain that shit to your kids. Like, yo, I fucked a married woman. I was wrong for that. Blah, blah, blah. I think.
If you're Steve Smith.
Yeah, if you're Steve Smith. But you're right. To the
yeah,
extent that he's trying to get it, I don't think his words are clever.
I mean, that's all well and good, but um, like if you have kids, what you're doing is even worse
Oh, yeah, yeah.
because now you have to explain to your kids
Your
what
mom's
their
a bitch.
mother did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's a spectacle. You know what I'm saying? Like this seems more like of a thing like that women do to other women when they do something with their boyfriend or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really seem like something that's smart because by the looks of this man could very well stay end up staying with his wife.
If he's
And
But that's
with
the
her,
other
he's a
now
thing.
clown.
Like,
He's a clown if he
all
stays.
all he did was him look like a buffoon, make his wife famous for being
Oh.
with Steve Smith Sr.
Mhm.
Steve Smith Sr. All he did was have sex with your wife, and now you're still with her.
see, that's the thing to me. Even if he stays with her, to, to me, if he stays, whether he stays with her or he doesn't stay with her, to me, it doesn't even really matter. I'm just thinking, like, if you, if you, if this is your wife, I would like to think at some point you had some love for this woman, and she cheated on you with Steve Smith Sr. You pissed off about it. I just don't understand what you're getting out of this other than shaming your wife and or shaming what if it's gonna your ex-wife,
Mhm.
um embarrassing yourself. I feel like Steve Smith is the least embarrassed person in this situation.
Yeah,
Like
by
this has
Okay.
far.
been embarrassing for
Right.
everybody, him included, but to me he's the I would
Right.
be least embarrassed if
Yeah.
I'm him.
Right. Right.
Cuz
Right.
I'm
One
just like if
thousand
you're the
percent.
dude. And yeah, I feel you that fucking somebody else's wife is bad business.
Yeah.
But worse business
Is being the
is
dude that
dragging your wife out on Twitter like that.
right
Even if you
after.
getting divorced, even if you don't want to be with her no more. To me, still, that's why I say it doesn't matter to me whether you stay with her or you don't. It's probably worse if are staying with her that you're gonna drag her in the street like that and then stay with her. But even if you're not gonna stay with her, like if it was me and my wife is cheating and I'm hurt, I'm down, I don't want to be with her no more. to me, dragging her through the street like that just makes me look weak. It doesn't. What does that do?
Yeah. Unless, like you said, if you do the you research and see Steve Smith is married, and then you trying to get
Yeah,
him.
but like that's fine. Like, but that doesn't eliminate what you're doing on your side. You know what
It
I'm saying?
doesn't
Like you have no connection to Steve's. Like for all you know, he could have a terrible uh
relationship.
marriage
Right.
relationship unless the like it's to the level of this level of being diabolic where you want to be or like you have something cooking with Steve Smith Sr.'s wife. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
unless it's that there like there's no upside for you in this, in my opinion.
Right. Now I see that.
Because we know how like people uh like sexism and the internet works. The only person who's going to get dragged is you and your wife.
Exactly. That's
Right.
that to me
Steve Smith
is
Sr.
the
is a
end of the
hero.
day.
Right.
Steve Smith Sr. is a
Right or
hero.
wrong, we could say
Yeah,
we could say he shouldn't be the hero, but the
Yeah.
fact and the reality is exactly what you're saying
Right.
is that the masses, if you go on social media right now, Steve Smith is getting carried off the field like fucking Madden.
Right. It is what it is. That's crazy
and
So
though.
now I
and
have
now you have to and I feel like now it's blown over on the Steve Smith Sr. side, and now all you're left with is the shambles of what you've created. Like
Right.
the twister came in
Hmm.
and it knocked over, had the cows flying, knocked over the house. You're in the bomb shelter. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is scattered, all this shit. And now you look like now you're the sucker that's picking
Right.
up the fucking the dirty teddy bear that's full of mud and
Right.
dirt and you're
And
wiping
you
it off
and you it's
and
just
you're
you and your wife now. And that's if it, I hope
yeah.
he didn't stay
Now
with her.
you
That's just you.
the Kraft macaroni that you're fucking, that's on the stove and you're cooking
That's
and like you're not
crazy.
even like and you're walking with two plates for dinner. You don't say a word. You know what I'm saying? And just a sad existence because you did all this shit for nothing.
Yeah. Is there even a picture of this bitch? I want to see her.
Nigga, you know
yeah,
that
there's
there's
several.
pictures.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
pictures of her.
I gotta
But
see it.
Which
so
is funny. I'm sorry. Like it's funny because if you see what Steve Smith, because I mean, I looked it up. He is married. I mean, I don't know the status of the
Oh,
relationship,
yeah.
obviously, but they do kind of look similar.
who? Steve Smith's wife?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know what his wife looks like.
There's definitely similarities in the two looks of the two women.
Well, now I have an impossible question to answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Yeah.
This situation happens to you. You find out Steve Smith's fucking your wife. What's step number one?
Me personally, I'm like, let's go. I've been waiting for the reason. I'm getting on my plane, I'm going back
To
home,
punch
bro.
your wife?
No, to
Oh, you're going to Steve Smith.
I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm chilling.
Of
I'm
those
done.
three things,
Done. I'm
the
happy.
No,
order that
wait.
I
What?
saw
What are you saying?
the
What are you gonna do? What?
I'm out. I'm going home. I'm happy. I'm going. I don't gotta do
What does
this
that
shit no
mean?
more. I don't gotta do this shit no more. I don't gotta fucking be a T1000 and fucking go to work and fucking come back. I get to go home and say fuck it. I'm gone. I'm clean. My oldest
you,
two are
you
fucking adults.
Okay, but so what's okay? But that was why I asked this specific question.
Uh,
What is step one? Not what's the eventual
oh no,
result.
no,
What
I'm
is the
out. I'm just
first
out.
step?
What's it? Oh really? Good. I'm out. That's it. That's my initial. I'm like, oh shit, looking up airplane tickets, nigga. I'm out.
because
And
I
never
thought the
and
first
and the
one.
plan is to never look back.
Never look. That's it. I'm gone. I did. I made a huge mistake. You got me out of it. That's it. Well,
So do
Bro,
you
this
confront Steve Smith at all? Do you send him a thank you? You send him a roses or
nah,
something? Send him a card, send him a thank you note or
nah.
something. That's what
Fuck
I mean.
that.
I wasn't
Fuck him.
expecting this, but let's go down
Nah.
the road
I'm gonna be
rabbit
like,
hole while
honestly,
we're here.
I'm gonna be like, fuck him. He's a clown, bro. You on TV, you fucking my bitch. Nigga, you a clown. I'm out. I don't even gotta be on TV to fuck this bitch. I'm out. For real. I'm just being honest. That's the way I look at it. I'm out. I'm
well,
gone.
see now, if that's the tact that he would have taken in terms of like now shit talking for being sorry, you know what I'm saying, and
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying, like I could understand that where you kind of make him look like a clown. You know what I'm saying? Like I could understand that. That's a very good play. Like where it's like,
Right.
yo, I didn't even want this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yo, you did me a favor, dog. You idiot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, she was here with me. I'm fucking broke and that, and you over here
Right.
doing the same shit as me, like the same as like
A
a broke
regular
nigga. Like, what
Joe.
the?
A regular
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. How the fuck you look? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You look
Like,
bad.
see that I kind of dig that. I kind of dig that idea to where like you're making him kind of look like a clown.
Right.
Not that that does really anything. Like
Now,
it's
do you
almost
do
like
this on social
deflecting.
media?
Nah, I don't think so. I
If
don't
we're
think I
talking
take it
about
to the
this
street.
really coming to this really being something that happens,
Right.
how is this message conveyed? How is this clowning Steve Smith conveyed?
Yeah. I'm not personally I don't think I'm gonna personally reach out to him.
No,
It's
but I
not
mean,
me.
you still gotta. But I'm saying what you still gotta do is almost like you gotta initiate the clowning. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, you gotta get ahead of it as opposed to like like it's not. Oh, Steve Smith is fucking my wife. You fucking my wife, bro. Like doing all the crybaby shit.
Right.
You go and
What do
be
you
like,
say?
yo.
What do you have to say for yourself? Yeah,
You call yourself
you
you call yourself a man of Christ?
nigga Steve Smith. He's lucky Steve Smith didn't answer on some gun shit. Like,
Oh
what do you
yeah,
have to
well,
say
I
for yourself?
mean,
You have some good pussy at home, buddy. That's some
you're
good
doing
fucking head at
good.
home. Good job, buddy. It's letting you know you're a lucky man. Imagine,
I could see why you're intrigued.
right? You're a lucky man. Imagine, yo, that should have hurt his pride. You a
I don't know,
lucky.
man. I feel like with
I
something
was a
like that,
lucky man.
like if like for you, for example, I
Mhm.
think this would benefit you, right? Specifically in a situation, you
Me?
clowning him and doing,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
clowning.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
clowning him.
taking the no, no, taking the tact of like you making jokes on him and doing all of this stuff, right? Because
Right.
first of all, you have your music going on. That will create a little bit of you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that,
I
that
don't
shit
know
will
though.
come out. You
Yeah.
that, but I'm saying if like what I'm
I do
saying if it
a diss to
if
Steve Smith. That would be worse. I look terrible.
Yeah, I feel like
no,
you're losing the upper hand as we
Right, right.
speak.
well, but there's no real upper hand. You know what I'm saying?
You
Because
think you're a
like
gangster because you fucked my wife?
I
While
did
I was
too.
at work working hard to pay the bills.
But see, but that's what I'm saying. Like if you did like niggas out like open a GoFundMe and shit. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
shit! I'm done.
A picture of like you with one of the fucking with the
Working
bindles like a
hard.
bum. You know what I'm saying? Like with the
Oh
with the
my
Yeah.
God, that
bandana
was
joint on the
hilarious.
stick. And make it seem like you on the side of a highway because Steve Smith, you know what I'm
Fuck
saying?
your
Like you
wife.
could turn it into something funny.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So
That'd
it's
be
like you know what I'm
horrendous.
saying? You can work. I feel like something like that
Oh
happens.
my
The
God.
tact, like the absolute worst tact that this person took
Right.
was doing the crybaby shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's
Like
whack,
you could
bro.
have done, you could have done a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? You could have done the pity, like if you did the pity party shit, where it's like, like you don't know where if your thing was like, oh, I'm gonna try to get money out of this, so
Right.
you turn it into something like that. If you're gonna like, if like. you could easily turn it into like you making jokes about it. And like now, like niggas think you're funny now.
Right,
And
right,
then now all of a sudden you have like people downloading your music and now
right.
asking you to come on to a podcast
To
because they
talk
want to
about what
hear you.
happened. Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like there's so many different ways that if you're actually happy about it,
To go about it.
like you
Right.
said, we're like, yo, good looking now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
if that's your point of view and your stance on it, you might as well double down and then like actually make it work for you. Turn
Right.
yourself like instead of like you being like, oh, look at you see what Steve Smith, yeah, that nigga, all of this shit is like, oh, this motherfucker, like you know, that's like he flipped it
Right.
on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and you know, any good comedian would like for example, like with
Right.
like a Nutty Professor when Eddie Murphy, you know what I'm saying? When Dave
Right.
Chappelle was making fun
Throws
of
that nigga
him,
inside the piano.
yeah, and then he fucking flipped it, and now
Right.
this nigga's the star on the stage of the
Yeah.
fucking comedy club.
It's just gonna
You
be
know what I'm
it's
saying?
gonna be
So
hard to do though. It'll be hard to do, but at the end of the day, it's like you said, his way of doing it was, I think, the worst way to do it. Like
yeah,
trying to
that
get like
there's no
an
worse.
answer for it, or trying I don't know what the fuck you're trying to get. Like a sorry? Like you're trying to get like, oh, I did it once, I'll never do it again. Like what the fuck
Like
you
this
want me to
nigga show
do,
up to your
man?
crib and be like, please, please, please.
Yeah, like, you want to watch
You
me
know what I'm
fuck your
saying? Like,
wife? What's going on here?
Now, the second question is if you're Steve Smith and because it sounds like if from the video, it sounds like he's sleeping. I don't know what time this phone call took place or what Steve Smith's schedule is like, but it sounded like the nigga was half asleep or he just
Mm,
woke up or maybe he was just in shock. I don't know. But regardless, if you're just chilling, whether you're sleeping or you're not, you know you fucking somebody's wife. You're not thinking about it because you're not thinking you're gonna get a phone call from the husband. Otherwise, you
right,
wouldn't be fucking the wife. But
right.
you get the phone call, because that's why I'm curious. That's why I was saying from the beginning. I don't know. Presumably, he called from her phone because I don't know if you pick up if it's from his phone. I feel like if he calls from her phone, that's a number that he's been texting with, so he's gonna
Right.
pick up thinking it's her. That's how I'm
Yeah.
or maybe
assuming
the
the
area
call
code.
because I feel like if he randomly called from his phone or from another phone, I don't know that Steve Smith is even picking that call up.
Right. It looks like it has
It
a
did look
pink
like a
case. So yeah.
feminine phone case.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm just looking
So
at it
he
now.
calls from her phone.
Right.
You get a call from a girl you fucking
Right.
nigga on the line. I don't know if you've even had this is a big experience people may possibly have had before
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah.
But you get that call, dude. I don't think we got to hear how he opened the call, right? Because he started recording after the line, like he had already picked up. He
Yeah.
didn't pick up like, hey, is this Steve Smith?
Right.
Like it wasn't none of that. We didn't get none of that. I assume that dude picked up and he was just like, yo, you're fucking my wife. I feel like that was the first thing he probably said.
Yeah.
You
Probably.
get a phone call, you pick up, yo, you're fucking my wife. How do you respond? You hang up, you stay there quiet, you say, I'm sorry. What's what's the move?
Yeah. That's crazy.
For
I've
me,
never. I've
I'll say for me, the move is not I'm sorry. That's not my
right.
move.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
that yeah,
Even
that's
if
what
I
I'm
am
saying.
sorry, I'm not
Yeah,
giving you that over the phone.
what? Yeah, because it's like at least be like, yo, what are you talking about? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, let me
Who
know
is?
how
That's
much
my first.
information
Yeah,
you
that's the
know.
first. That's
Let
the
me know how
instinct.
much information you know first,
Right.
and then I'm gonna, because it gives me a little bit of time to like,
Or you say, I'm
matriculate.
fucking plenty of people's wives. Whose wife? Who's
Yeah.
Yeah,
your
yeah.
Which?
wife?
Which
Yeah.
one?
Which one? Yeah. Which one's yours? Which
Which
one's
one is
yours?
that
Show me.
again?
Yeah. Which one's? Yeah.
Or
Show
you
me
just
which
start
one.
throwing names out. Who's your wife? Sarah?
Oh,
No, not
Kathy.
Sarah. God
Kathy.
damn it!
Kathy. What?
Yeah.
No. Oh,
Yeah,
no. Oh,
exactly. Just start.
like Sarah. What?
She the one.
Like how
Just
Which
many
start
Sarah?
throwing
Sarahs am
names
I?
out.
And then he says a name, and you're like the one with the birthmark by the. Nah, not that one, right?
Yeah.
Nah.
You know what
Me
I'm saying? Like
personally, though, I'm just gonna.
I'm
Right.
my fault. I'm just like I said. I'm just saying, like, yo, what are you talking about, man? Like,
Right.
because the thing is, you already incriminated yourself because you don't know what this thing, like, what gotcha moment. You know what I'm like? All of this stuff, you gotta play it a lot more. Like, you gotta play. you got to play defense. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to
Right.
be like a cornerback.
But you know
You
he
know what I'm
don't
saying?
give. You
Which
know Steve Smith don't give a fuck.
Yo,
yeah,
my nigga,
but
there's literally nothing. There's all kidding aside, no jokes. There's literally nothing more incriminating than I'm sorry.
Right.
That's
exactly.
as incriminating as it
Right.
gets.
That's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a police pulls you over, and you're sitting there. He's like, do you know why I pulled you over?" It's like, "I'm sorry. I'm
I'm
sorry for
sorry.
what?" You know what I'm saying? He's gonna start checking your car. He's gonna give you. He's gonna do a fucking sobriety test. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because what is this nigga sorry for? You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I thought, like his gas cap is open. That's why I pulled him over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you already, you know what I said? Like you don't know if you got somebody in the trunk. As soon as you say I'm sorry, whatever I say going forward, I'm assuming that you're guilty of it.
Right.
So who knows how much shit this nigga's got going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if he's off the bat coming through with the I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's crazy.
like he knows, like it's
He's
almost
doing mad
like
dirt.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's almost
He's
like a
living in the
kid.
mud.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Nigga
saying. It's
Steve
almost like a
Smith is
kid when
living
you
in
was
the
like,
pig pen.
when you be like, yo, like I tell one of my sons, I'm like, yo, what the, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Like, okay, fine, but it's like, are you doing the I'm sorry because you don't want the shit to get worse? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want
Right.
me to keep discovering, or you just doing the I'm sorry and hoping it goes away because you're like I'm sorry, yeah, whatever, yeah, okay, you're good, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's what you say like to your girl when you're like, there's a whole bunch of other shit that could possibly come out, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna say it right now because I don't want you to go into more details and give me all of this shit.
Right.
Yeah, I feel bad for the young lady involved. I do.
Let me ask you something though. Do you do? Well, let me answer that Steve Smith thing. Like I can get into that mind state. I mean, like
I can.
of do I can, yeah, I can
I've
I
been there.
can I haven't, but I can definitely think like
Well,
that.
I've
You know
never
what I
been
mean?
there that I got the call. Let me make that
No,
clear. I've
no,
never been
exactly.
there.
I know what you meant. Yeah. Like
That's
I
crazy.
mean, like doing the other, like being Steve Smith side of it. Like I could see that, and I've never been in that situation, but like I could definitely, I've been around people that have gone through that shit, and like at some point, you like as a man, you gotta. I don't know if maybe at the age my man's was in, that he kind of was like, I seen it in his face, like, yo, he would tell me like, yo, I'm fucking a married bitch, I'm like, what's wrong with me? There's more bitches out here. And I'll just stay quiet, like, nah, I mean, you a man, you do what you do. That's the answer that we was always told, you know what I mean? So it's like, but my man, salute to him, is true nigga. Like, he was like, he dubbed it. He was like, yo, I can't keep doing this shit. He did it for a little stretch, and he was like, and I mean, he had a little bad joint too, whatever. But I mean, he dubbed it on some strength, dead ass on the strength of just being like, yo, I'm like, that shit is ugly, bro. Like, she going home to a man she got kids with, and that's like, he felt dirty about it. He felt wrong about it. You know what I'm saying? So, but now my question to y'all is, you being Steve Smith, at some point does that ever cross your mind, or you're just getting choked and you're cool, like it's fuck, it's whatever. That's on them. I'm just dealing with her type shit. Like, what's your opinion on that? How do you feel like this Steve Smith?
Now, are you asking from personal experience or
Well,
is
since you
this a
have a personal
specifics?
experience, yeah, give me a personal. I don't know. Flex got it, but I don't know.
Well, my
Remember, this
personal
is
experience
this,
is
this
if
is
I
on the
felt bad, I
internet.
wouldn't be doing it. I feel like every situation is different.
Right,
As far as, you know, that's why I say I feel bad for the young lady because I don't know what her marriage was like. I don't know what she had going on with Steve Smith, how that came about, why. You know what I'm
right,
saying? We don't know what the backstory was. We don't know if they had kids. To me, personally, if his kids is different, that changes things a little bit. Um, So like there's certain situations that I would not feel comfortable with, and I would never get involved with it to begin with
Right.
to be in that situation.
Right.
But then there's other situations if I'm involved in it and the dude is mad, I won't ever feel bad because if only time I would feel bad is if it's something that I didn't know about.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? If I didn't know
Right.
going in, if
Right.
it's an added wrinkle, if the dude tells me, "Yo, I
That's my
whatever,"
wife.
he was
Oh
in.
shit, you married?
Yeah, or if I knew, but there's a circumstance that I didn't know about. I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm thinking. But I'm just saying,
Just
like if
leaving
it
it,
like
leaving that open.
yeah, like or for instance, like say they had kids, or say you know what I'm saying, or like say they had kids and I didn't know, and that maybe would change the way I viewed the situation.
Right.
Then that changes things. But if I'm not learning anything new from the dude, and I was already involved with this, knowing everything up front, then I'm not
Right.
gonna feel bad, or else I wouldn't have got involved.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Like him
I gotta be
calling is not
careful.
gonna suddenly make me feel bad, because then it's bullshit. You only feel bad because you got caught.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and also it's like when you look at it, when you think about how you said that you feel bad for the young lady.
Mhm.
I do,
This
yeah.
nigga's clearly there's this nigga's clearly like if this is the tact and all of this shit that this man is doing. I mean, I don't want to assume, but you gotta like to a certain degree, you gotta assume like this nigga's just an idiot, just in general, in general life. So who knows what she has to deal with? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's kind
so
of
so
you're touching on exactly where I was thinking.
yeah, because it's like okay, yeah, she's getting dragged like to a certain extent, she'll get dragged through the mud and all of this stuff, but it's like this nigga's tagging like uh, this nigga tagged Tailor Made Golf in the initial tweet. You know what I'm saying?
Is
Like,
that do they sponsor fucking Steve Smith or something? Or just
no, no, none of this. My point is like, does this nigga just like crave attention? Like, is that is
Yeah, what
did
type of
did,
dude? And to
did
be
he
honest, like
like?
to be fair, she married the dude, so she definitely. I'm not saying I feel
yeah, I
bad for
kind
her,
of
like
will
she's
feel
a
like
victim. That's not
right.
when I say
Right.
I feel bad for young lady. I'm not saying she's a victim. Like I don't want to get those two things confused. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
saying
that
that I feel
she's a
bad
grown
for
up,
her
but
because she's an innocent bystander and she's a victim in the situation. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I do feel bad for her again because of exactly what you're saying in terms of like just given the way that homeboy handled the situation and just given everything that came about. I feel like she's them two are the losers, and I feel like whenever these situations happen, the woman tends to be the bigger loser when it becomes public like this, above all else.
Mhm.
And also, like you said, whatever type of dude she was married with, clearly whatever it was that was going on or wasn't happening with their marriage that led her into bed with Steve Smith. Again, not to excuse it, but
Right.
there's always a reason for all of this shit. So I feel bad for her because regardless of what she signed up for in terms of cheating on her husband, being with her husband, whatever, she didn't sign up for all that. She did not sign up to be made famous forever like that.
yeah,
But no, but we kind of ignoring the fact that she she did do something wrong. Like
How
I
am I
mean, like,
ignoring it? I literally just
because
went through the whole thing.
we're still having
You don't have to we, it's me. You don't got to attach yourself to
no
it.
no because we're okay. You guys, I guess, because Flex kind of sided with you, but it's like kind of like we ignoring the fact that she did the do wrong in a
yeah.
way
I know. I
because
How,
mean,
how am I ignoring it? When
we're
did I
not
ignore it?
ignoring it, but we're like we're dismissing
yeah,
it.
I
Like,
would. And the cheeks. We understand that
Here's
you
the other
hate
thing.
women,
Here's the other thing
but
for me.
like
And
what?
I
Like what?
think we view these things differently. I have a very different philosophy when it comes to relationships and cheating.
Right.
So I feel like that on the foundation on the surface is probably going to be a separating of the ways. Again, I'll say it again. I'm not saying that she doesn't have responsibility for, you know, cheating on her husband and all that
Mhm.
shit. Um, but I'm just saying I do feel bad for her. I feel bad for the dude too. But the
Yeah,
only reason I can't feel as bad for him
because he did some clown
This
shit.
is sad.
is because I don't. No, no, no. Well, yes, but I don't know what I'm feeling bad for. I don't feel bad. I don't. I won't ever feel bad for someone for getting cheated on its face. I feel bad for someone for being disrespected. Now, if she cheated on this nigga in a way that was real slimy and obvious and he had to do nothing to find out about it, then I feel bad for him for being disrespected, not even for being cheated on.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, people get cheated on and never find out.
right.
But to me, you can't help that. What you can help is how somebody goes about it and how it affect. Like if she's cheating on this dude, and the fact that she's fucking Steve Smith is impacting their relationship, because you could, in terms of cheating, fucking somebody else when you're in a marriage, you could fuck somebody else when you're in a marriage, and it could literally have nothing to do with the marriage.
Hmm.
Like they could not find out, and they could not even suspect it.
Right.
That
It's
don't make
just.
what you're doing right, but
Mhm.
it doesn't affect the other person, so I have nothing to feel sorry for them for.
I
Yeah.
guess I
I
What do you
mean,
tend to
mean,
I
feel bad
guess?
for. I tend to feel bad for a dude that like is oblivious to his fucking wife, fucking niggas and
That's
shit.
because you know. If you know, then it's
Oh yeah, yeah,
if it's gotten to you and you know about it, then it's already gone too far.
yeah,
That changes
because like
everything. But I'm saying like maybe it's not. Maybe I'm not explaining it what I'm trying to say the
right.
right way. To me, it's more about the level of respect that you have for somebody in how you're behaving and how you're doing your shit.
Gotcha.
More so than just putting your dick in somebody else or putting your or giving somebody else, sex. That's
Hmm.
that's that's how I'm
Gotcha.
saying it.
because like for example, like I've seen stories that pop up. There's a there's a famous actress, like a Mexican actress, or maybe she's from Spain or something like that. That the husband, like she had cancer, and then and while she was doing all the treatment, like the husband was cheating on her and all of this stuff. Like
Damn.
when it's shit like that, it's like, yo, come on, man. Like have something for all
Nah,
we
I don't
know.
feel bad
Like
then either. At
uh,
least me. That's just me.
now, I feel bad in terms of like because it's almost like you started it because of the situation that she is in, not by her own, like not by her, like by her own doing. You know
Hmm.
what I'm
Yeah, but so
saying? It's
what?
like, yeah, but my point
Like
is
pure
like in
example, like if I'm with a chick and she's in some crazy car accident, she fucking loses both her legs. Now, I gotta fuck somebody else. I'm sorry. You are shit out of luck.
Yes, that's a tough one. Hell yeah.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna
This person, she was
disrespect you,
this, yeah. This woman,
but
she wasn't
I'm
dead.
not
You
gonna
know what I'm saying?
disrespect
Like,
huh?
you. I'm just gonna leave
no,
you.
but
But
like
in my
my
hypothetical, the girl's not dead either.
Right.
well, yeah, but I'm saying it's like she's there's a like in this in the situation you just mentioned, there's actually who she's like she's in the hospital for months, or her legs are cut off. Like you're talking about a car accident. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that it's a traumatic and car accident that's happening. I'm saying like this the like my point was, if you're doing it because like you feel like you're just taking advantage of somebody in like a bad moment, whatever. This situation, like for all we know, that guy could have been doing the same thing with a fucking the lady that works at the
What
laundry, or the
situation? The
fucking
Steve
dry.
Smith situation, or are you talking
Yeah.
about the Mexican? Okay.
No. In that situation, for all we know, this just happens to have come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, going back to like we don't know what the whole situation is. We're just seeing what's playing out on here. Like you can get into the details a little bit. Like for example, like well you have to have all the facts to be able to say, okay, this person is fucked up. Like this, you know, like this person was more wrong than this person. We don't know what the situation was. My general point was like there's situations where you could say, okay, she fucked up, he fucked up, but like Cheeks was saying like that she's a grown up and she did something wrong. We only know that she did something wrong. We don't have the other part of like what maybe did he
Yeah.
do something wrong or
Like, did he
anything
cheat
like
on
that.
her? This
Yeah,
retaliation?
like but what like in terms of like feeling bad for her, it's the getting dragged through the mud with only that side of the story being told. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I hear you.
it's not that it's not the whole story isn't out there.
Right,
It's that part, only this part is out,
right,
and she's the one getting dragged for it, as opposed to like, because if she comes out and is like, oh, but he did this and this and this, it's like nobody cares about that. That's not the part that's gonna sell. Like
right,
that's
right.
not the part that TMZ is gonna talk about. That's not the part that other talk shows are gonna talk about. They're gonna talk about the Steve Smith part that relate in relation to you. Like, oh,
Mm,
he beat you? That doesn't really sell. He's a no name, and so are you. That doesn't really
right,
sell. The only part that sells is Steve Smith to you.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like my general point where it's like, oh, we don't have the like, oh, the maybe it was for a reason.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to sell me on that. Like, I think like a man, if a man cheats on his wife and he gets bagged, he needs to be rightfully so. He gets embarrassed if that's even if that's even possible. And her case, like she did dirt. She knew what she was doing. You know what I mean, and she,
When
but
you say he gets back, what do you mean? Like
if he
what
gets
happened with the
if
girl?
like if
Like
it was the other if it was a guy instead of a girl, like if it
yeah,
was a guy that did that with like fucking some famous
but
girl or
it's
whatever.
tough to say that just because the world don't work that way.
Right.
If it's a guy, if you switch the sexes,
Hmm.
it changes everything. It just
If
does.
if
Yeah.
if you piped, let's say, because I'm trying to think of somebody who
Like I'm
would
not
kind of
saying
fall
I'm not trying to
in the
disagree
Steve
with you. I'm just
Smith.
saying like it changes everything for me and just it changes everything like because you say like if it was a guy cheating on a girl, the girl finds out, she calls the girl, posts it on thing, posts
Yeah.
the screenshots, all everything is the same, but you just
He's not
switch
gonna
the
look bad. Like it's,
exactly. It's not
yeah.
like he's not gonna suffer what she's suffering
Right.
because of the way the world works. So I can't make a direct comparison that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
But in the
I'm not
fact,
Yeah,
gonna feel bad for the dude because the dude is not gonna go through what the
he's
girl's gonna have to go through.
he's being praised
right. Right.
because I was trying to come up with a name
You're right.
of like, let's say, a singer that's on the level of Steve Smith Senior. Uh, let's say
But you're right. You're gonna look
Chili. Let's say somebody from TLC or
right.
fucking or one of those girl groups. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if
Yep.
if you smash, if you're the regular person who smashes that, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you're gonna be the
Yeah.
god.
Like
Yeah.
if my if I'm
Yeah.
smashing, fucking Megan the Stallion and my girl fucking posts some fucking crazy video telling everybody about how I'm
Yeah.
smashing some celebrity,
Yeah, they're
You're not
looking
gonna
for
look.
my
Yeah.
life is
women
not
are
going to
looking
be what this chick's life is.
Right. Right.
women are looking to see why Megan Thee Stallion wanted to be with you. So it's like you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what
Like
I
you're
did
gonna
with this with Smith. I'm like, damn, this nigga must have had a bad bitch. I want to see what he was.
no, but see, but
No,
I'm
but I
saying
get what
like
you're
that
saying. I
doesn't
get
that doesn't help her. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like I'm saying that like if let's say the example of that Bobby's using is, oh, Megan Thee Stallion oh, what does this nigga have that Megan Thee Stallion wanted?
Right.
So I'm about to go find out. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
that he's already being elevated to God status. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Right. Right.
that's not the
And
case.
even
Because
and even if he's not elevated, even if there is shame, it's never going to be what the woman
Yeah.
deals
Exactly.
with. We're not even
Right.
close to that. Like even if it's not a situation where people are like, "Oh, this nigga's the man." Even if there is shame put on a dude, it's never going to be the same
Never.
as it is with a chick.
I don't know. You're right. You're right. Yep.
So
You're right.
that's why
That's it.
I'm
You're right
like,
about that.
um,
You feel bad for.
that's why I do feel for the chick because she did not sign up for that, and that's the type of thing that you can't take it back. You can't, you once the damage is done, the damage is done. Like
Right.
truth be told, like we were questioning whether or not the dude is gonna stay with her. Who knows? Like if this dude and if all that drama he cooked up and the phone call and all of that, screenshots to the social media, if he did all of that in a moment of rage and emotion and being upset, and then once when the dust
Stay with
settles
her.
and he has a clear head and he's like, the fuck did I do? I blew up my own marriage and you know, there could be a sobering moment right there, but
Right.
that doesn't do her any good. That doesn't
Nah.
do them any
Right.
good. And I just feel like no matter how crazy or stupid this dude is, I just feel like anybody in a rational moment, but that's the thing is that when you are reacting to something like this, it's never rational
Right.
and it causes you to do crazy shit. But
Hmm.
when all of that eventually settles, whether it takes a month, a year, 5 years, whatever, I like to think that this dude is gonna be like, that was not the move. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, whether he's like, I needed to leave this chick, fuck her, that's cool. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Me too.
But all that shit, I don't think in a sober, rational moment he's gonna be like that. Yeah, good. That was the move. Like, not all that. At least not. I
That,
I, I don't think he would be like that. But
Yeah. Who
maybe he
knows?
would. Who knows?
Right.
But
Yeah.
I
That's
don't know.
crazy. That is
But
crazy.
yeah, I just I feel like I mean I like I said I know what you're getting at in terms of the um the woman being held accountable, and again I wasn't trying to breeze by it. I was not trying to not bring it up. I was trying to purposely insist that she is accountable for that decision part of it.
Right.
And that I'm not saying she's a victim. Uh, but I personally feel bad for her because I don't know. I just feel like I tend to have a different view of that stuff. So
Gotcha.
well, also, she's getting judged like, oh, like this nigga piped that. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's she's getting judged.
she's getting shit that we don't even know, bro. That's the thing.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
like she's getting judged, she's getting shamed, she's and that's just the stuff that we can obviously see.
yeah.
She
Right.
is experiencing this in so many different ways that we, as people who have never dealt with this, and as men, will never understand and will never experience.
That's true.
So, like,
Yeah.
we could say, like, we can look at and assume all that she's dealing with that is right there on the surface and that is obvious, but and that's bad enough. But beyond that, we still don't even know how deep it gets.
Nah, that's
Again,
what's
not saying she's a victim. Um,
But she's getting the most um blowback from all of this.
right.